Oh, and it looks like we are in fact live. Good. Takes my pulse. Yes, I concur. I am still alive. Unlike so many of my loved ones. It's not a happy joke. Not really a joke at all. Um, More of my loved ones are on the other side than I actually still have on this side right now. So Memorial Day, I'm happy for them really, because many of them, they had their lives and I mean, like for instance, David certainly finished his in a great way, a splashy way. Many of them really achieved things, and that's something to be celebrated. Um, and of course, they're not really gone from us. Oh, hey, Rebecca, how are you doing? Of course, they're not really gone. They're still here. And if you're a medium, you know that. I mean, they'll tell you, they'll let you know that they're around, right? So, hey, hi. I missed it again and I was looking for it and it never told me you were on. I'm so sorry, Heather. But I finally checked and sure enough you were on and I was like 2 hours too late. Shoot. Um, Sorry about that. I really hope I get there live soon. Um, yeah, and I know that for some people it's a really rough day uh, of remembering, and it's it's not always easy for me either. As I said, many many of my, as I said, most of my loved ones are now on the other side, and I know many more people on that side than I know on this side right now. Um, so I spent most of the day gone. And I know I was very busy doing something in the other realms. And since we're now finally had our final day of the portal, and I know that my spiritual family is involved with the portal system. I mean, that's one of the things we found out a long time ago. Um, and actually, one psychic even got to see some of this stuff in action. But um, I expect we were pretty busy. We're probably wrapping something up on this day. So today I have a feeling was a big wrap up, a culmination of energies. And so I was gone a lot. Um, but I do want to remind everybody that if you have a loved one that you're thinking about, they're probably thinking about you too, and hoping that you notice and hoping that you connect. Oh, you're doing the full moon tomorrow. 1300 is like 1 o'clock central, isn't it? I'm not good at military time, but yeah, that's a good time. 13. Yes. Oh, that's right. Angela's the one missing 11 years. And it's JFK's birthday. Hmm. Well, JFK, wherever you are, you certainly did change the world. Okay, tomorrow. So when is actually the Ophiuchus full moon? What day is it? Is it actually tomorrow? Or did that change on me? Oh, okay. You know what? Sometimes I have these times. I'm not kidding here. I am not kidding. When I'm gone a while. I have all this stuff I'm doing. I'm not even sure what all I'm doing. But I come back, I wake up, and I'm in a different timeline. Things have changed. And I know that's hard to believe. Some of you probably have the same thing going on and don't know who to talk to about it. I certainly, most of the time, don't. I only have maybe a couple people I can talk to. But when that happens and you pulls a timeline switch on you, it's so weird because things are like they were, but they're not. You know, they're suddenly you're in a world that's almost your world, but it's not quite. There's some differences, and I can't even tell you how many times dates have changed. The dates of things happening, even my own death. The date of my death when I had my death and revived experience, my near death experience in OBE, that has changed more than once. And that is very freaky. Yeah, I thought it was Friday. Yeah, I guess I should just I do really accept that is part of my life. Um it's part of my life to have these to be jumping timelines. It's part of my life to be doing weird stuff. Okay, and I just have to accept that. And sometimes I wonder why the heck am I? Why me? But it's like, well, because you're the one who can do it. You're the one that's been sent here to do it. And you volunteered. You're here. Go do it. Okay, I'll go do it. Whatever it is, but yeah, it's very disconcerting. The timeline jumping is your friends change sometimes. Um, oh, your Neptune in Ophiuchus. Whoa, yeah. Oh, yeah, Neptune. Yes, Neptune, the planet of illusion. How deep that goes. Wow, yeah. Um, and no wonder I'm feeling it all the way up here. I'm in Ophiuchus. I'm feeling it today, actually. I'm feeling that full moon energy today. And I'm a little concerned. I broke a piece off my tooth. I got to find the right dentist. That's on my mind a little bit, but really it doesn't hurt. But it worries me finding the right dentist. That kind of thing, mundane stuff. coming up. But, right now I'm in a good position. I mean, I'm in a good place. I'm very happy with my life, but still there's some stuff that I have to get settled in order to get myself really um actually really settled. Um, it's kind of hard when you're used to being out traveling and then you have to take care of all this mundane stuff and it's almost like oh, I have to take care of this mundane stuff. Blah blah blah. Um, but you have to. It's part of the job. So anyway, I'm pretty sure I've been talking to people today. I don't remember anybody. I'm sure that there probably if I do some meditating while awake, I will be probably have several people visiting me. But you know, I go all the way back. I was like just getting into my preteenhood during the Vietnam War. And everybody was losing people during that. Uh, it was an extremely scary time. And I remember that, the draft and everything. Um, I remember the Kent State shootings. I remember, seeing President Kennedy get shot live on TV as a kid and trying to tell my mom. And she said, no, no, you're watching a TV show. And I said, no, no, it's not a TV show. It's the news. They broke into TV and she wouldn't believe me. And then finally, she looks at the TV and comes in and says, oh my God, the president's been shot. Is that real? And I remember the shock that went through everybody at that time. And there was a serious break in the consciousness right then. That, and I think it was meant to be that way. All of a sudden, uh, people were just so freaked out by it, so in disbelief, so in shock. It was a 9/11 scale event, okay? In our history, um, I made sure to back the camera up far enough that you can see I am, in fact, wearing a sundress and I'm not naked. But yeah, when I go back over my life, my God, my whole life there's been just history making thing after history making thing. Um, all of these historical things that probably nobody thought we'd ever see. Oh, pardon me. I've got my friend's rash. I was helping heal somebody with a rash, and I started having a rash. And I'm like, now I got to heal my rash. And I tried to get rid of it, but somehow it's the little last remnants are still here. But so I got to watch that. Um, it's a long story. I got to watch that. Neptune in Avigus with the 11th house and Scorpio's midheaven. Oh, Pam, I am. Hello, my dear friend. And of course, you, all of us here, I'm sure. And I'm sure Rebecca too. I know that Heather, Dawn, and Pam are with me, and that we have people that we are remembering. James Ortiz, If you want to call out the names of people that you want me to say on the show, if you want to type the names of people that you want me to remember on this show before we get into the discussion, type them out and I will add them to the memorial of this show. Okay. How are you doing, James? Yeah, I couldn't hardly stay awake today again, Pam. So I'm fine now, but earlier just couldn't hardly stay awake. Very strange. So, y'all, you don't have to, but if you want to, um, you can say the names of people you lost. And I have too many. I'm not going to go through my list. You already know about David. You already know about my mother, my family, you already know about that. My family is gone. Um, but not gone. I realize they're not gone. My father still comes around. William, my mother, Beatrice, my grandma visits um, once in a while. And I mean, I do have um, quite a few people over there that do still visit from time to time. And of course, your daughter, Kayla Nicole Orban, of course. And Pam's husband, and James James brothers, Carl Ortiz and Richard Ortiz. Oh, wow, Pam. Oh, dear. Oh, your papa was a William too? Uh, so you're the one left, huh? Um, well, and a lot of people from my old neighborhood are gone too. That I heard about 5 people from my old building are gone now, have gone on, and several people from this building. And and of course, Bev is the reason I have a little cowboy. And he was her cat. So I rescued him from the animal shelter. And Bev passed on during the COVID times. And um, yeah, there were quite a few people over there. Prince, who visits sometimes too, and actually very nice guy. Um, and he tells me that I did speak to him online too and didn't know that. I guess I knew some of these people were hiding online, not saying who they really were because they just wanted to be treated like people and not celebrities. And I guess I knew Prince online too, although I didn't know it. Um, and yeah, I kind of got some reminder of which ones he was, which names he was when it was going by, I guess. I have forgotten now, but yeah, he told me at the time he went by several different names, and um, so he was online a lot too, and he comes and visits. Um, I had no idea. I had no idea. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a visit from Tina Turner. She's always one of my favorites too. I don't know. Could happen. Um, those are just famous people, though. There are plenty of not famous people that. Oh, and your brother Daniel, Pam. Yes, and group exercise in an hour gym, not much difference than any day. Yes, and I would like to say condolences to everybody. And you know, the older you get, the more of these you rack up. Um, I've racked up a good many now. Tina was a good friend of David. Yes, they're all over there now. Everybody's going over. Um, doesn't surprise me though. Oh, he was a Marine when he died. Daniel, your brother Daniel. Mm, tell it to the Marines. Yeah. The Marines. I talked to quite a few Marines when I was in back in my chat days, and you know, we had many a laugh uh, over what it takes to be a Marine. But they're certainly a different breed. Yep, they're and really they're fine. Milky Way Brian, he uh, he passed. Um, I cannot remember his name right now, but the person who was a researcher who, well, many researchers, my goodness, we've lost plenty of researchers, um, of paranormal researchers. A lot of them are gone. Um, just recently, a few of them passed, you know, almost too many to count. For a while, it was a very high attrition rate of whistleblowers, too, of doctors who were whistleblowers. There were also a lot of people getting cancered and suicided. Joan Rivers, who who brought us the truth about Big Mike, and then suddenly got sick and died. Um, uh, oh, okay, dear. If you're taking off, that's fine. Give yourself a lot of love too, dear. Hope I get to catch you live at some point. You want to put your link to where you're going to be, you can throw it down here. I have a question that I'm going to ask too. Is I have, and it's too bad you're leaving in a way, because I want it, maybe before you go, you can throw in your opinion on this question that I have. Hey, Karen Lynn, and it probably won't take very long. The question that I'm asking myself is, what is the meaning of all of this clown world crap being so ridiculous and being so promoted? There's, I have been getting this sneaky feeling there's another motive. It isn't just the surface. There's something below it. There's something beyond it. There's a reason why it's being allowed to go crazy. And I have a theory, a working theory, is that, is it because they are trying to make people so tired of all this disgusting stuff, all of the stuff with all of the, dark magic, all of the uh, broken type woke stuff, all of the stuff with children and sex rings, our politicians being crap, piles of crap, steaming piles of crap, most all of them in the world, you know. Is this pushing us into or trying to trick us into allowing or wishing for a very far conservative, not just a conservative, but a very far Handmaid's Tale type situation where it's really locked down, you know, where it's really, I mean, beyond conservative, you know what I'm saying? Are people going to have such a reaction to it that it's just exactly the opposite way, and they start doing witch burnings again, and they start doing, um, you know, I mean, is that what they're trying to do? Because if it is, it's not going to work, but it might be what they're trying to engender here. Oh, okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I'm so glad to hear that you're going to help a lot of people, Heather. You're going to help a lot of people, sister. Yeah, social media addiction. Yeah, that's another one. Wow. Oh, yeah. Well, mine's been in and out too. My internet's been in and out too. I really wasn't sure I was going to be on it all day. I was like, it was iffy. So I don't know what's going on with that. But that's my question to you guys. Do you think they're trying to herd us into this kind of mentality where we're so sick of all of this that they think we're just going to give up and give away, you know, all of the progress we've made in the area of real civil rights, because really we've done a lot since the old days, since the Kennedy and Martin Luther King days. Well, that's another one that's gone, Martin Luther King. And none of these people were perfect, by the way, none of them. You know, I really even think, as most of the people that tried to bring up stuff they shouldn't do have gotten, well, Kennedy kind of got martyred, and they're trying very hard not to martyr Trump because they know that over. Do you know that every time they bring any charges against Trump, his popularity increases? Because people don't like bullies. If you're trying to slam somebody for trying to keep somebody back unfairly. American people don't like that. Yeah. American people don't like it. Yeah, and take out the real healers, take out the people that actually do know something, that do know how to do things like healing and herbal medicine and Reiki, and that actually can help you um, besides the big harmas, right? The big harma companies. Is that do you think though that they're really trying to get this? I mean, and that would be beyond conservative, way beyond conservative. That would be do they have some clown world of that trying to come in? I don't think it's going to work. If so, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Because some people have said, well, everybody was chosen to get in, not, you know, none of it was by accident. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I think Trump was a complete shock because I looked at that timeline. And originally that timeline was Hillary. When Trump got in, that was a big anomaly. I've got to concur, I got to say with people that say no, Trump was a wild card that they weren't expecting. I'm not saying he's perfect, but I'm saying he was a wild card. I don't think they were expecting that to ever happen. And we can tell by the way Hillary acted, right? I mean, you know, we were supposed to hate him because he was um, in the employ of Russia and China and whatever. Here it turns out, who, the big guy, he's the one who really is. So it's like, I don't know. I think Trump might have been a wild card, and then they had to play it anyway. They had to play that hand anyway, you know. And the way they played it was to just, totally discredit anything he tried to do. So, because I mean, he was right about hydroxychloroquine. There was a lady cured everybody in Haiti with hydroxychloroquine, and I mean, there were a lot of things that, and I'm looking at it. I think he, I think he surprised him. I Now I don't know. Is he compromised? Maybe. Have to do a check on it. Gonna do some cards. I'm gonna do a pendulum check and see has he been somehow compromised? Um, you know, from what he says he is. I mean, because I hated him. I hated Trump, but I knew at first, and then I saw some of the things, and at first I'm just like, God, I cannot believe this. And then he did a few things that I gotta say, it was very ballsy, and so I gotta say I have some respect for him because when I look at him, I do see that lots of people. He looks at the people. When I looked at Biden, I saw a hand puppet. I When I look at Trump, I see concerns for the American people, not just Trump, which surprised me and shocked me. And I have to be honest about that. I know that's not going to set well with some people. Um, is he? I'm going to ask the pendulum right now, though. Hillary is just evil. I mean, the Clintons are so, and it just, yeah, I'm just pissed off at myself that I ever thought that, but that was a long time ago before I really had it together that I kind of, he was one of the more, Bill Clinton was one of the more likable people. At least he seemed human, you know. He didn't seem like a monster, but he is. And so is she. I mean, obviously the Clintons were on Epstein Island. So right there, you know. And if Trump was ever there, that would have been blasted from the rooftops. So I don't know what to think of that whole situation. I'm going to ask though right now. I'm going to ask my pendulum. Remember, this is only a pendulum. Is Biden really going to serve time? Is he really going to get prosecuted and serve time? Yes, he really is. Okay, how about this? Uh, is Hunter going to get away with all his crimes that he did? No. Okay, that's comforting. Is okay, is Donald Trump corrupt? No, he's not corrupt. He's just very bellicose and yeah, okay, he's just kind of hard to take sometimes, but okay. Okay, so is he on the current timeline going to be president next? Yes, he's going to be the next president. And it looks like by such a large majority, they're not going to be able to do much about it. I foresee a lot of stalling tactics and a lot of bullshit tactics still going on. And it'll be interesting to watch, but I'm sorry, but um, he's not that bad. He's not, as a matter of fact. Okay, so let's go through them. DeSantis, is he on the up and up? For the most part, I mean, no politician is perfect. As a matter of fact, boy, the thing is shivering. DeSantis, is he an honest guy? Pretty honest. But does he have some level of corruption? Because Donald seems to think he does. But he does have it. Wow. Seriously? He does have some skeletons in his closet then. Wow. So DeSantis is really not a bad, not evil. Okay, wait a minute. Let me ask it this way. DeSantis is actually in hiding. He's an evil guy. No, he is not. He is not one of the evil characters. Okay, that's good. But he has some skeletons in his closet. Okay. But he has skeletons in his closet. Okay. So what about the Kennedy that's announced that he's running? Okay, the Kennedy. Is he a corrupt politician? No, he's not really that corrupt. Does he have skeletons in the closet? Yes. Oh, definitely yes. But he's not really okay. Is he evil? Is he actually evil? Okay, it's the wrong question because it's swinging in a circle, or not at this time. Perhaps something happened. Did was it that something happened to him and now he's okay? Did he start out maybe bad? Okay, yeah. So he started out corrupt. So he's got skeletons in the closet. Does Trump have skeletons in the closet? No, everybody does. No, he doesn't have any skeletons at all. Trump has no skeletons in the closet at all. Wow, how in the heck did he do that? How did he do that? Hmm. This bears further investigation, and I will at some point. How did he do that? All politicians, businessmen, something. Gosh. Well, is Hillary backing? Oh, hi, Gemini Moon. Is Hillary backing DeSantis to deter votes from Trump? Is Hillary backing DeSantis to screw over Trump, basically? Yes. But I got a feeling it's going to work the opposite way, unfortunately. Stop. Tell me. Is it going to backfire? Because Hillary is not the person you want backing you for a lot of people. If you're a conservative, you do not want Hillary backing you. Let's put it that way. Yes, it's not going to. Poor DeSantis. He's backing him. A lot of people will now no longer trust him. Yeah. Is Donald Trump who he says he is? Mine is swinging in circles. Okay, that's the wrong. That's something really weird. Is he? Is he really not even? I can't even finish this because it's too wild. Is he actually some kind of like there's a? Is he actually really not even from this time or place? Yes, he's not. He's not even really. There is a conspiracy theory that he's actually um, well, there's several. One of them is he's actually alien. Another one is he's a time traveler. Um, are we seeing the original Donald Trump, is that, are we seeing, like, is the original Donald Trump who we think he is? Yes. But the person that we're seeing now, is that the original Donald? No. No. Okay, is it his double? One of it is, does he have, is it because he has doubles? Yes. Okay. Phew. Is he actually like a time traveler? No, he really isn't. Okay, is he some sort of alien? Some sort of ET? Uh, okay, wait. Donald Trump is actually sort of, is he a good ET? Yes. Oh, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, geez. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh geez. This is whoa. Whoa. You were expecting that? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. How is it that you were expecting that? Whoa. Whoa. You're right. He's not who he says he's not. No wonder. No wonder. Okay. Yeah, Gemini, in retrospect, I guess it does make sense. I guess it does make no, that was the last thing. I could almost think, well, well, yeah, it was like, well, he could be like that. Yeah, all of this, any of this could be true. I mean, considering that he has an ancestor that got hold of some Tesla technology, this, you know, but I never asked the question before. And it was just sort of, well, kind of maybe sort of, never thought about it being maybe an actual fact until today. And now it's like, he's freaking not a human. My reaction is funny. Oh my gosh. I guess it's one thing to think, well, possibly this could be, possibly that could be. But when my pendulum tells me that, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? No. Okay. Okay, that explains a lot. That explains a heck of a lot because, okay, wait, his wife, because his wife looks like an ET. I mean, she's a freaking ET too, isn't she? Yes, she is. She certainly is. And his son is taller than both of them. He's got swinging hard. Whole family is ETs. They are not. So, are they hybrids? Hybrids? Yes. Whole dang family's hybrids. But then again, we are too. Yeah, a lot of us are. Like, I'm a hybrid. I'm definitely a hybrid. Yes. And lady Heather Dawn is a hybrid too, a star child. Yes. Okay, stop. Heather Dawn is a star child too. She's a hybrid. Yes. Gemini Teresa is also a hybrid. Yes. Anybody else want checked? Woo! Uh-huh. Yes, I was thinking so too. I was wondering, is she okay? Is she Pleiadian? Is she from the Pleiades? The wife? No, that's the wrong question. Okay. Is her hybrid bloodline maybe? Oh, wait a minute. Tall white. Do they have tall white? That's why. Tall white, right? Yes. Okay, do they have the stop. Pleiadian blood? It's circling. Not quite right. Okay, do they have some other ET type blood? Yes. Okay. How about, well, we all have Anunnaki. And it's saying, yes, we all have Anunnaki. We all have Anunnaki, or however you want to say it. Yes, we all do. Because that's how we were made. How we got tweaked to be what we are now. It's Anunnaki blood. But I got a feeling there's a whole lot more to this story. A lot more. Like, really a lot. Like, huge, huge amounts that we're not being told. Okay, let's ask. Lemurian, who are you asking about, Brandy? Um, Lemurian, are, okay, are some of us here Lemurian? Have Lemurian blood? Yes. So do I have, for instance, do I have Lemurian in the background? Yes, absolutely. Does, do they have, do the Trumps, do either of them? Like, yes. Does Heather Dawn have Lemurian? Yes. Does most of us in here have Lemurian in the background? Yes. Most of you are here because you're partly Lemurian, because you got a Lemurian background. probably. That's probably one of the ways that we're all linked together here. We got bloodlines. Okay. How many people? Okay, I can't do it that way. There are a number of people here on this chat that are from exactly the same place I'm from. Yes, that my soul is from. Yes, a lot of you come from exactly where I come from. Exactly. You come from the library world. Oh, you are staying? Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Yeah, we need that link. We do need that link. So, here's a big question. It's shivering. Look at this. This thing is shivering because I'm going to ask it a big question and it's circling, waiting for me to ask. Okay, now I'm asking my guides to be around because this is a big one. Is where we're originally from. Is that library what Thoth called the halls of Amenti? That's it. He was calling it the halls of Amenti. That's the library. That explains why I saw Thoth's wife when I died. Well, oh, wow. Wow. Yes. Oh my goodness. Wow. Yeah, that's awfully kind of you. You got to be careful though. Um, sharing your blood, there is always a risk. Yeah. And they keep diluting our bloodlines. Yeah. Um, okay. Here's another one. It's going to really upset some people. The one they're calling Jesus, but his name was really Yeshua. He was a star being too. Oh, of course he was. Of course he was. See, I figured that out a while back. Now, so was Mary Magdalene. She also had the star blood. Okay. She was a star seed too. They were married. Okay, calm down. They were actually married. They, he was because he was a rabbi. They had children. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but yeah. We have been hearing people say that they're descendants. So, yeah, have we been influenced? We've been influenced by, yeah, we're totally thoroughly mixed in with other blood. We're not there. I don't even know how much. Okay, is there anybody is there anybody here left here on this planet that's original to this planet? Blood that's just totally pure human blood. Apparently there are. Apparently there are. There are some families that haven't been fiddled with for some reason. Isn't that interesting? Probably somebody in an isolated place. Well, this is interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then fled to France. That's right. Oh, that's another thing the Cherokee were, and I'm Cherokee. Okay, Cherokee all came from the stars. Cherokee background, all from the stars. They're all a star race. Yeah, they absolutely were. Yeah. In fact, how about the Aborigines of Australia? Yes, them too. As a matter of fact, I'm betting the Aboriginals of just about everywhere. Most places where the Aboriginals are, yeah, different star nations left seeds here, and most of the Aboriginals that still connect with the stars are definitely their children. And yes, absolutely. Wow. Oh, yes. That'll be a big celebration. the the um 3 year sobriety, your 3 year sobriety definitely must be celebrated. Congratulations. Something's trying to get cleared. Okay. I've come to realize that when I do this coughing, I think it must be this and it must be that. And it's no, something's trying to get cleared through me because it happens when I do the toning too. Something's clearing. Congratulations. Yeah. It's it really January. No. Yeah. This December will be my 23rd year of no smoking, of quitting cigarettes. So I'm practically a virgin again. So almost 25 years I've been quit now. And I have absolutely no desire to start again at all. Can't even stand cigarettes now. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be really good, I'm sure. There is a Mary Magdalene Oracle deck. Oh my goodness. I've got to look into that. Now, I haven't mentioned this too many times on this channel, but I did have a chapter of Sisterhood of the Rose, which is based on the lives of um, Yeshua and Miriam. So I did have some meetings of the Sisterhood of the Rose, and I did that for a little while until things became such that I couldn't continue to do that. So I did look into that, and yes, I'm not surprised. I was not surprised to find out that they're star. When I read the Bible, I see star beings all through it. I see the whole thing is well, I've said before, Earth has many cargo cults. All of the religions, pretty much all the religions are cargo cults. And that is because we have been so messed with by ETs of various kinds, and some of them in good ways, and some of them in not so good ways. Some of us actually in helpful ways, and some of them in not helpful ways, in controlling ways. So we're actually quite mixed up. We're crazy mixed up kids. And actually, there are channelers that have said that too. We're mixed up, really very mixed up with all kinds of ET races. So, wow, cool. Yeah. So I'm happy about that. I have also graduated from the school of being terrified all the time, and it's kind of an addiction too, is being in terror all the time. It's a kind of an addiction too. I graduated from TV a long time ago. I don't even know how many years now. I graduated from TV. Um, haven't done TV in a long, long time. Gaming can be kind of an addiction too, and I was a gamer for a while. And it's been how many years now? Been at least 3 years since I played any online games. Yeah. So I finally quit doing that because it was just I had too many other things to do. There's no way I could do it, have anything like that going on. Wow, that's really cool, Heather. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. I was thinking that too, Gemini, is that we were told that several ET races contributed to making us what we are today. And um, it wouldn't surprise me that it would be 12 of them, since we're supposed to have 12 stranded DNA. Right, a Sisterhood of the Rose. And it's interesting um, that it's Sisterhood of the Blue Rose, in fact, because the story is that Yeshua on their wedding night gave Miriam a blue rose. Of course, in Egypt, the equivalent of rose is a blue lotus. And the blue lotus has a lot of significance. So, did he give her a rose or did he give her a blue lotus? A blue lotus would not be an unusual wedding gift because of the properties of the blue lotus. If you know about that, someday we'll talk about why the blue lotus was such a big, unless do you guys already know about that? Hmm. Right. Blue lotus is Ophiuchus again. Okay. Am I glad to hear that? That explains so much. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I got to go back in here after the show. Wow. So that makes sense. Okay, so I had a chapter of the Blue Rose Because Sisterhood of the Blue Rose, because, mm, yeah. Wow, does that all fit together now? Oh, wow. I am still finding out things about myself that I should know, but it's like it's one thing to know that there are ETs, and it's another thing to see the ships, actually see the ships. And it's another thing to actually meet somebody who's an ET, they say. Even if you're prepared for that, there is going to be a reaction. Okay. But then I think this is part of why they're keeping it a secret for people to find out that they are the aliens. Because I've long had a theory that actually we didn't start out here at all. We're the aliens. We're aliens. Basically, we probably came from, most likely our ancestors came from. Okay, let's ask. So the human design from Lyra. So there were humans. This is from the ancient Star Wars, isn't it? Yeah. The Lyrans, because I'm so connected with the Lyrans. Very, very close with the Lyrans. Okay, so we actually, we're here all the way from the now destroyed Lyra. Yeah. Because there were humans and Lyrans, and they have a bond. Her favorite color is blue. Does she like the blue apatite stone around my neck? I bet she does. And you notice up at the top there, I don't know if you can see it, but the connector here is infinity shaped. Yeah, blue is David's favorite color too, this particular shade of blue. Wow, that's really cool, lady. That's really cool, Heather. Walk like an Egyptian, that's right. you you wanna do a remote view? Maybe we should do a remote view of Egypt in the day. Hmm? We've done that before. We went to Egypt when the pyramids were being constructed. News, it was aliens. There were aliens involved. There were definitely ETs involved. There were hovering platforms in the sky and everything, and people who looked human and people who didn't look human. We went back and saw it already. They had a machine that was like a printer. It would swallow up, it would gobble up earth and stones and stuff and spit it out in different designs. They had a machine that was like an earth printer. It was weird to see that. Aw, her dad was David. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to come up? Sure. And anybody else. I can have several people on. If anybody else wants to come up too, you can come up. Click on the link. We'll see how many before we crash something. Yeah, the throat chakra. Sure. Yeah, and we saw Anubis. Oh, were you there when we saw Anubis, Karen? Wasn't that something? And actually, one of us has a special bond with Anubis. I'm not allowed to say who, but I have a friend, and she's come through here that she's been on the show that has a very special bond with Anubis. Anubis is also not who you think and what you think, what we've been told. Let's put it that way. Yep, we had a heck of an interesting visit there, didn't we? That was, I remember I almost, I thought I was going to get eaten by this thing. Yeah, I saw these great big metal jaws, but they turned out to be metal, not an animal. And I'm there like, what the heck is going on here? And I almost got eaten by something. Although I can't be because I was just in the spirit form. But it was something I never will forget. It's an experience. It's like, whoa, what the heck is this thing? And then I pull back and it's this great big machine that was eating up Earth, eating up the side of a mountain, really. And it was spitting out blocks. And I got the impression that it could spit out any design. It was spitting them out in a pattern. Now you haven't heard that anywhere else, but that's what I saw, is that they had that kind of technology. And that was before the pyramids. That was in an era before the pyramids even were built. So they had this printer technology. So they had a very high society. There was a society with abilities far beyond what we have. There really was. And I mean, I never would have thought of an earth printer. Who comes up with this stuff? But yeah, they had it. I wouldn't even know what to call it if we hadn't recently. I wouldn't even really. I realized it's something similar to our printer technology. So, huh, I just realized something. My shoulders are very uneven, aren't they? Hmm. Is it the camera? Is it camera? Is something wrong with the camera here? Maybe that's more level. I don't know. Okay, maybe that's more level. Wow. Yeah, we've been on some strange journeys. We got to start going on some journeys again. Now that we have some people now, I want you, if we do start doing this, everybody bubble up. I don't want anybody to get hurt. Okay. Because, even though you're a spirit, it can be psychologically a lot sometimes to handle. We start doing that again. We should start doing that. Yeah. Maybe we'd find out a few things. Well, so we added Trump. Wait, there's another question. We didn't ask. Are the Clintons also ETs of the not so nice kind of variety? Yes, the not nice variety. We talking they got lizard blood. They got lizard blood. They got lizard blood. Yeah, they sure do. Well, we kind of figured that. Now, see that. I'm certainly not surprised by that. They got the bad lizard blood. There are actually, okay, I'll ask this just because I have been told and just to make sure. There are actually some lizards that mean us no harm, but they're different ones. Yeah, there are. But stop. But we actually have some that are, do we still have some on this earth that are evil? Yeah, we still do. Okay, and are they getting ready to be cleared away? Yeah, because I have a feeling that we're just about to be done with that. Elena Denan keeps saying they're all gone, but I keep saying there's no way they can be all gone. The big ones are missing. They left. Hey, Scotty. How you doing? Seat belts? We don't need no stinking seat belts. Oh, okay, you just showed up. Yeah, we need to go look at the Emerald tablets. We need to look at the Library of Alexandria. Add to stream. There you go.
Oh my goodness, you guys. I got a whole library here of the Emerald tablets.
Yeah.
Hello,
You know
hello.
what? We're going to go back and we're going to go. I got an idea. We're going to go visit the halls of Amenti.
I got the Kabbalion right here, which is the ancient Hermetic, the study of Hermetic philosophy of ancient Egypt and Greece, the three initiates.
That's right. You don't need no stinking pants to come to my show. Scotty's still got no pants.
See, I don't really care for the internet because it really would hurt my eyes reading on the internet so much. So I literally just buy all the books. I had to come back.
Oh dear. James Ortiz's roommate gave up. He hasn't eaten a bite. Oh, he quit eating. Oh, is he very old? Is he very old? Because he may be getting ready to go. A lot of times they quit eating when they're getting ready to go.
Yeah, my grandpa did that. I'm sorry to hear that, James.
Yeah, they quit eating and they don't want water either. And one of the nurses that goes on that talks about these things, oncology, she says, really the emptier and drier they are when they pass, the easier it is for them to pass. So we shouldn't try to force feed them or anything. It's just as well to let them pass in their own way.
Oh my God. All my books are falling over.
Either that, or maybe he stopped eating. Sometimes not eating puts you in a state. Uh, Animals sometimes do this to, it accelerates healing because your resources aren't going to digesting food. Either way, we'll find out. Go right ahead. Take it away, Heather Dawn, with the Kabbalion.
We this has got the 7 hermetic principles in it. And we're in the year of 7, and since Venus is going to go retrograde on 7/22, right after the 777 portal, I think this is going to be intense. It's Venus and Chiron going retrograde at the same time.
Right.
On the Feast of Mary Magdalene, July 22nd.
Well, that's definitely got to have some wild significance there.
Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, there's a new moon on July 17th, and I see that number everywhere. That's actually my PTSD diagnosis date. July 17th of 2013, I was diagnosed with PTSD.
Mm. Oh, and Scotty is suggesting that maybe this guy just needs a roll in the hay. That would give him a good appetite. That's Scotty for us. That's very sage advice, Scotty.
Oh, yeah, he's probably getting ready to cross over.
Yeah. Oh, he has a gallbladder tube. Oh, and he's fading. Yeah, he's getting ready to die. He's ready. He's getting ready to die. They do that when they're getting ready to die. Just let's wish him a very peaceful and easy passage onto the next world. Peaceful, easy passage. And maybe, yeah, maybe he's just tired and he wants to go. Maybe he's just tired of all this. Yeah. If so, wish you a very peaceful, easy, and painless passage. May you
peaceful.
Have lots of loved ones to welcome you. Okay, so go right ahead.
I got out these divine feminine oracles. You want to do this Kabbalion, or you want to? These are the 7 hermetic principles.
Actually, we ought to have a show on the 7 hermetic principles.
Yeah, we should do a specific show. And there's seven powers in Mary Magdalene's gospel also. Considering this is a year of 7, there's 7 deadly sins from the Catholic Church that are very similar to the 7 powers of the ego that Mary Magdalene says we have to overcome in order to enter the kingdom of heaven right here on earth. And if you listen to the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, which is on YouTube, it's funny because chapter 4, verse 24 is, for those who have ears, let them listen. And I was quoting those words of Jesus, and that's my birthday, 424. So the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, I was quoting, for those who have ears, let them listen. And I went back in the Bible because I studied it and read my birthday of all the Gospels of Jesus.
Interesting, isn't it?
And the number 7
all
is
of these connections. We got all these connections we're starting to link up, aren't we?
Yep. And it's the 7 hermetic principles and Inanna, because I am a book nerd. The Inanna, she had 7 gates she had to walk through. And she was
exactly. And Nana had 7 gates, and she had
Yeah.
to give up something to go through each one.
So it's like, look at both these books. Inanna had a lion, the ancient Sumerian goddess. She had a lion and 7 gates, and she was hung on a hook. And then Mary Magdalene's book is also red, and she's got an anchor through the heart. Ascend into our heart is the answer. So it's
The also Sarasvati is
yeah.
usually shown wearing red pants, and she's the wife of Brahman.
Let me see her.
So interesting. But the color blue, this color of blue, the color of blue is usually associated with Mary. Although in spite of that, however, if she's the holy, if she's the chalice, that is associated with blood, which the symbolism would be red. So isn't that interesting?
Yeah, I'm looking at a Swati card to see what's showing. Another psychic on Facebook just pulled the Kali card, and I was actually doing the Kali. This is a Saraswati card,
Mhm.
goddess of self knowledge.
That's
She's got the lotus,
she's got a lotus.
a
Yep,
white
she
lotus,
sure does. She's got a lotus.
and then because
Maybe Saraswati's tied into this too.
I bet she is, because Mary
Because
Magdalene.
Sarasvati is my personal goddess, supposedly. Somebody did a series a long time ago, the goddesses of the different signs of the zodiac, and Sarasvati was supposed to be. It's interesting. Self-knowledge and also arts and stuff like that. She's shown holding an instrument, and I play a guitar. So she was musical. She was learned. I have a bunch of books too. I used to be such a book nerd when I could afford it. But I'll be able to afford it again. But actually, I have so many books. And Paul, he's trying to rebuild the Library of Alexandria, we think, with his book collection. Okay, so we're all book nerds. Of course we are. Look where we come from.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
we're knowledge nerds, is what we are.
I
You
drew this
know.
after my daughter passed away. Like this, I put the Star of David on top of the Tree of Life, like and connected the divine masculine and feminine elements. My upright triangle is fire, red, and the downward triangle is blue. Um, and then I just found one with 13 separates or spears on it. That's the Kemetic Tree of Life for
Yeah,
13
the
because
tree of
each
life.
one of these, yeah. And so that's my new book on my wish list. I got a wish list the size of Africa. uh,
That's pretty big.
yeah,
All the other continents fit in Africa. Do you know that, folks?
because
All the other continents will fit inside the continent of
yes,
Africa.
they
Just
will.
letting you
Yes,
know.
they will. You know that hidden that second in the abyss right there is the number 11. The combination of all 10 is 11, and that's Doth, which is the doorway to knowledge, the darkness, and enter the darkness.
And 11 is the number of Janus or Janus or Janus.
Oh, yes.
And Janus is the door god,
And that's
the
Uranus.
goddess, the god goddess, sometimes portrayed as a god goddess, sometimes portrayed as a young and old man, that has two faces or four. So and Brahman is depicted often as having four faces. So Janos and Brahman are probably the same guy. And
Oh, yeah.
Brahman's the top of the Indian pantheon, main guy in the Indian pantheon.
Oh.
So Janus is wow. And Wow. The things you find out,
You see,
right?
look at this. Even these divine feminine cards. Mary Magdalene is shown as very pale skinned over here in the red, with red hair. And then her daughter, Sarah Lakali, is shown as looking more African. And I
Yep.
actually looked into the Hey Stock Explorer. She's one of my members. I shared you out to my members on my channel.
Gonna
So,
need a bigger earth printer. Ha!
you know,
Oh my gosh, Karen. Yeah, go
Jesus
right ahead. I'm sorry. The
Cleopatra.
the chat is getting pretty funny.
I know they are. They're following along with what we're saying because you said Africa. All the continents will fit in Africa.
Yeah.
One of my
Oh, the
members,
Stock Explorer. Hi there, Stock Explorer. How you doing?
Nora, is one of my members of my channel. Nora, the Stock Explorer.
How you doing? Yeah, we're
She's not.
talking about
She's not really exploring stocks anymore. She's exploring YouTube.
okay. Well, if you like the video, please like it, and if you want to sub, that would be really cool too. But in
She's
the meantime,
good.
nice to meet you.
We're exploring the spiritual world now. Yeah, don't,
Yes, we are.
honey.
And we just came up with some really interesting stuff tonight.
Yes, we have.
We always do, don't we, Dawn? Heather, Dawn?
Yes, we
We
do.
always do. We
Oh,
always come up with some really interesting
Lord,
stuff.
just listening. Maybe we should see if a card flies out of here. Fairly divine feminines. Well, this has been a very amazing Memorial Day chat.
Hasn't it, though? Yes, I would say so.
Calling
Whatever
all.
work I was doing out there, I must have been quite a busy girl but I came back feeling very good, very healthy. So
I gotta turn my fan on. Phew, it's warm up here.
it's warm over here too, and that's probably why Cowboy is down in his cat cave. He's probably it's nice and dark and cool down there.
In the dryer.
No, he isn't. He's right here. You know what? He's white, so he blends in with the sheet. You're right here, baby, with mommy. Oh, there he
He's
is.
talking about stocks. Nora likes stocks. Like, the stocks when the stock market crashes. Hello, cowboy.
He's right here by mommy, and I didn't even see him. He's doing his chameleon blend in with the white sheets. Oh, my sweet boy. My sweet boy. Sweet little sleepy boy. Mom sure loves you. I'm glad you're right up here beside Mom. I'm glad you're right here beside me, sweetheart. Behind every good person, there is a cat.
This
Oh,
is a
you always find lost. Ah, the laundry fairy loves you.
Rita of Cassia. The patroness of impossible causes jumped out of the deck.
Oh, and I was just saying on the last show um, about allowing and that we should not consider anything impossible.
Oh
Isn't
yeah,
that
you.
interesting?
That's the
Very
one
interesting.
reason I do the jumpers because I just let spirit fly one out of there.
Right, I do too. If a card jumps out, then that's the card.
Let me see what
I
the,
usually tell people it's a bonus card, then they think they're getting a bargain
it does. So I am
for
miraculous.
free.
Prayers create
But I've
power.
started to just let it be the card now.
Yes. I'm
Ah,
gonna go get a new pendulum. Thank you for using yours. I'm gonna go get a new pendulum this week.
really? What kind are you gonna get?
Well, there's a store down in the little mini mall that is they sell Palo Santo and cards. It's really a art store that does framing, and then they sell beautiful glass ones. The organite one I have is on my tree on my card table behind me. And so I'm just going to leave it there. And I'm just going to get a new one. I think I'm going to get a stone one this time.
You know, this one happens to be lapis lazuli, which is a third eye stone.
Mm,
So that's just a suggestion.
okay.
But, you know, I also have a really nice rainbow moonstone one that works if I can find it, but it's gone off and hiding right now. It's gone into hiding. So,
Don't you love it when that happens? Misplaced item.
well, I think sometimes they go into hiding. I
I think
think they
so.
do. I'm going to make some pendulums. I've decided I'm going to go. I was making them for a while. I think I'm going to make some pendulums again. And yeah, I'm going to make some pendulums. That will be an interesting thing to do.
Oh, she's on page 13 too. Imagine that.
Hmm.
Rita.
What?
Rita is on page 13.
Wow.
Rita of Cassia.
Wow.
Cass Cascia, the patroness of impossible causes. I am miraculous.
Asha.
My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. You want me to read?
Well, sure.
All right. Saint Rita of Cassia's life demonstrates the power of prayer to shift even what appears to be an impossible cause. She was born Margherita Lotti in 1381 in Italy to noble parents. She's associated with bees because as a child it is said that they swarmed her but never stung her. And bees are symbolic of Mary and of diligent work that must be done to gather honey or the immoral sweetness of Christ's love.
Oh my goodness.
Although Rita wanted to enter a convent, she was forced to marry Paolo Mancini and had her first child at age 12. Oh, my stars in heaven.
Oh,
Her
yeah, they
husband,
did that back in the old days.
who had many
Yeah.
enemies in Calcea, Rita endured abuse and infidelities, but through prayer and kindness, she converted him to Catholicism. He then renounced the family feud known as La Vendetta. Even though Apollo had become new man, a member of the feuding family murdered him for his previous acts. Rita's two sons wanted to avenge their father's death, but before they could, they both died of dysentery. After the death of her husband and sons, Rita wanted to enter the monastery of Saint Mary Magdalene in Cassia. She was given the condition that her family had to reconcile with the family that killed her husband before she could gain entrance. Rita prayed to her patron saints John the Baptist, Augustine of Hippo, and Nicholas of Tolentino to assist in creating peace between the two rival families. The bubonic plague was ravaging Italy at that time and happened to take several members of both families. This was enough hardship. They agreed to relinquish the feud. Rita entered the St. Mary Magdalene Monastery at the age of 36. Catholic legend said she was transported to the monastery by three patron saints via levitation. Ooh, we could levitate.
Levitation. I want to levitate.
We need to do our breath work more. And legend also
Yeah.
relates that while she was meditating on Christ at age 60, a ray of light pierced between her eyes. The stigmata remained there until her death of tuberculosis in the monastery in 1457. When your soul selects this card, or when her card goes flying out of the deck. Despite popular belief, Saint Rita isn't about suffering or martyrdom. Not in this context. Here she is about miracles that happen when we choose to be steadfast about something or someone. This does not mean remaining in a situation that's harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everyone is ultimately forgivable.
Just exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah, because forgiveness is
The other interesting thing is I used to have bees.
the
Not
same deck.
like I and they used to do what I said. They would hang around me but not sting me.
Oh, yeah.
They loved me. They loved me. My little bee buddies loved me and they would never hurt me.
No, they
And
don't.
they would literally, I would put my hands down in the grapes to pick them. They'd be all over, and people go, "You're going to get stung." It's like, no. Then, and if I said, "Go on, you guys, go on over there. You eat those grapes. These are my grapes," they would fly over and do what I said. My
Oh,
bees were my bees. They were like pets. They were
yep.
like my little fuzzy pets.
They're your spirit guides.
They were my buddies, my friends.
That's how I am with the bees. I know I'm allergic
Scotty
to
says he used to catch bees in his hand and they don't sting in the dark. Oh, well, that's interesting.
Oh, that's super cool,
I
Scotty.
didn't know that. Oh, yeah, I got tiger eye. I got a lot of tiger eye here. I got
We got
several colors.
that's from Africa, Karen. I got an abundance of tiger eye. It's the one that kept being given to me by everyone, everywhere I went.
Yeah, I got a lot of tiger eye around here too. I got different colors, not just tiger eye. I've also got hawk's eye. And is this the tiger eye? Yeah, this is the blue and gold tiger eye right here. This is the blue and gold tiger eye pendant I made.
Oh, that's pretty.
Right.
That's a real.
And so that's hawk's eye and tiger eye. Yeah.
I got a
And then
buffalo.
this one is blue calcite. And it's got
That's
that invisible up at the top too. So this one's gold calcite. Well, no, they call it honey calcite, I think. Honey calcite. Wow, look at how that glows.
that's
That really
pretty.
glows. That sucker glows. Anyway, yeah.
That's how I'm
Um,
getting these at a garage sale. Like everywhere I went, there would be. And my shaman, she was a Lakota um medicine woman that I met after the ayahuasca retreats. It's almost like spirit delivered to me everyone that I would need in my path. And so a homeless guy gave
funny
me
how they do that.
buffalo horn. A Native American gave me this buffalo horn, and he was a Nez Perce Native American. And then my shaman gave me, which I had to remake it because the elastic broke. It's a tiger's eye bracelet. And then I go to a garage sale, and the women, I helped them put their stuff up on the last day, and she gave me all this tiger's eye and some amazing books, like The Prophet is one of them.
Oh, here's a really unique stone. This is a quartz amethyst phantom. It has a amethyst growing inside a quartz, clear
Oh,
quartz.
wow. I'm
It's
trying to
very
get
different.
that bigger.
So you can, I don't know if you can see it that well. I've got it in one of
Yeah,
my
yeah,
weavings, but
that's pretty.
it's, yeah, very unusual. I haven't seen very many. I also have, do you have any record keeper crystals?
Kieran, oh my gosh, that's a miracle. A white buffalo was born last night.
A
I'm
white buffalo
studying the
last night?
prophecy, white buffalo woman prophecy.
Yes, I mean, we had a white buffalo happen
That's amazing.
before. Another white buffalo has happened.
There's a white buffalo woman card in this deck.
Oh, yeah.
I got two. There she is. White buffalo cat
Wow.
woman.
There was really a white buffalo born last night, the last night of the portals.
You know,
Remember, I said 10 portals in 10 days?
oh,
Yesterday was the last
yours.
portal day. Wow. 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 Wow.
There was a
Isn't this
woman
going to
in
be
the
interesting?
buffalo woman my shaman hooked me up to.
You've lost crystals from your workbench. They go traveling sometimes, Scotty. They just go traveling. Mine do.
You
It was
know,
born
there's
to a white
a
mama.
circle over the magma chamber of Yellowstone. That's a crystal grid of the Iroquois prophecy. Oh, my stars in heaven.
With my stars too. Oh my goodness. Aren't you a fount of wisdom tonight? You are a fount of information tonight.
I can't even stop. Sometimes I wish I could turn it off because
Nah, don't turn it
that
off.
buffalo horn is what made Karen say that.
Mm.
It was like, oh my gosh, I remember there's a white buffalo. Spirit is, this is, website is called
I
Earth.
have a buffalo tooth necklace somewhere that I put away so well that for safekeeping that I forgot where I put it. Who knows? Maybe it went traveling too. I've had a lot of things go traveling. I have things go traveling, and sometimes they come back. I had one time I laid down my cane in a coffee house, and there was nobody there but just me and the person who was serving coffee. And there was a shop attached to it, and I went out and looked around in the shop and came back and tried to pick up my cane, and my cane was gone. And there was nobody else in the shop, and it's like, that's weird. So I said, well, if it turns up somewhere, you know, give me a phone call. So I just gotten home across the street from the place. And she calls and she says, it's right here, exactly where you said it was gonna. I said, but we looked there 3 or 4 times. She said, yeah, but it's here. She
Oh
even
my,
helped me look for it. So my cane went traveling. So it's I've had that happen so many times. It's just
oh my stars in heaven. That, sorry,
I have witnesses.
I'm in shock. This is
You know, we're gonna see more I predict this June is going to be wild, 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 but not in a bad way. Don't think it's going to be in a bad way. Not for us. It's not going to be in a bad way for us. It's going to be in a good way for us. For us, it's going to be wild, but in a very good way,
Well,
I
kid,
think.
I was just kissing the buffalo at my park yesterday. Not yesterday, last week. I took some pictures of the buffalo, and it's a buffalo and a little calf. And the
Aww.
buffalo was just born. This is so
Mhm.
amazing. That buffalo was born in Wyoming too. And they just put that
Wow.
buffalo sculpture in my park.
Amazing.
I didn't even hear what.
Isn't that interesting? Everything's just kind
Oh,
of. I'm going to ask another question. Okay. Um, Somebody asked me this, and I just want to make sure. I'm going to reiterate. I'm going to ask it again. Okay. Are you ready to work? Okay, I'm going to test it now. Cowboy is a nice little dog. No, he's not. He's my cat. Okay, so Cowboy's my kitty. Okay, so stop. Yellowstone's gonna blow and gonna the thing in Yellowstone they're worried about blowing is no. Yellowstone is not gonna blow and kill a whole bunch of people, so let's get that right out of the way. It's not gonna happen. You know what? Most of the calamities that people have said when I check it, no, it's not going to happen, or it's not going to happen in the way they say. They're telling you in a way to make you scared. It's not going to
no,
happen
they
then.
they were just having landslides over by Mount St. Helens. The road was closed down on
Right.
old lava flows, not new ones, old ones. That Mount St. Helens erupted right before, a month before, and a month after I was born in 1980. She blew in March, and then she blew her top May 18th of 1980.
Wow.
So 43 years ago. They were
Wow.
given a warning that I was coming. The volcano.
Look out. She's coming. She's coming in hot. Come on.
Mount St.
Everybody get ready.
born in my
Scotty
mind.
says he got gored by a buffalo. Does that count? And I say, yeah, it does, because quite often you will be wounded by one of your totem animals. They're testing you. It does count, Scotty.
Oh my gosh, Scotty boy.
I know somebody who was bitten by a tiger. I
That's
was
Native American.
bitten by a deadly brown recluse spider.
Oh my gosh, Karen. This is so crazy. After that ayahuasca retreat, I went to Salvation Army and I got a notebook. And then I met a Native American homeless guy. He was playing his guitar. I prayed over all his stuff. And he started getting all this money in his guitar box. And people started delivering us all this food, pizza, everything, just giving us free food. And I was like, wow, this is pretty amazing. And then I asked him if he ever draws. And he said no. He told me he was from the Nez Perce tribe, which is in Idaho, right where this circle is that I'm talking about over the magma chamber of Yellowstone. And he said his family was the owls of the Native Americans. And I said, well, I just got this notebook. It's got owls on it. It must be for you. And I gave him the notebook. And he said, oh my gosh, are you kidding? And he said, well, I have this buffalo horn. It must be for you. He said, I'm not sure what it's going to be for, but it's going to be real important and you need it. And I was like, all right. And that was in Santa Cruz, California, when I did my 11 prayer.
Wow.
To you all, Pastor.
Yeah, owls are often associated with ET involvement.
What are owls? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh! And the white buffalo was born on my 1 year no smoking cigarettes anniversary.
There was a guy
Oh,
um, that
stars!
did a whole bit on owls' connection with ET contact. So,
This is crazy, incredible.
yeah, wow, all of this stuff, all connected. So you're saying you got gored in the eye with what? Your mother used you as what?
Oh my goodness.
So you're missing an eye now? Oh, wow. You thought it was cool as hell, huh? Until it wasn't cool.
Yeah, that's not cool if you're missing.
Wow, I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but it's interesting that it
Um,
did. I guess it did test you. Well, I'd say that's very significant, Scotty.
you need one more
Wow, do we have some interesting people in here? You
you
know,
subscriber to be 369.
I think it was, do you know that this is another funny thing? I was born at 123, and the last place that I was 123. The last place I lived, the address was 123.
Oh wow.
Isn't, is that weird? Numerology is weird. I lived there for 18 years,
17.
and that's how I got so darn sick. It was like I was starting over again because that was after everything kind of blew up, and I ended up homeless for a while, and I got that place. I was homeless for about 6, 7 months, and then I got that place, and it was 123. Nobody could believe what I get. So anyway, oh, you went for a walk at 3 a.m. in Yellowstone. Interesting. White buffalo born yesterday is angel number 517. Okay. Born
Cause,
on day 28.
'cause 2 plus 8 is 10 or 1. And we're in year 7. So May 28th is 1. 2 plus 8 is 1. And 2023 equals. Or if 23 equals 5, so it's either 515 or 517. But 2023 adds up to 7. 2023 adds up to 7.
Yeah, so we're in a 7 year. 7 is a year of change, though. I mean, 7 is a number of change. It is a number of a completion. It's one of the completion numbers. And then 9 is another completion number. And then 10 is a new cycle. So, um,
Oh wow, Scott.
interesting.
I got baptized at age 33 like Jesus did. in a prison cell.
I just realized this is 23. I was born at 123, 123.
On
This January
12th.
started something for me, probably.
Wow. I'm glad.
Somebody described it like the numerology is the coding,
Yeah.
is the code that the matrix is made up, is how it's coded, is numerology, which is why numerology is a big deal. And then astrology is the programs running, is basically what programs come up. Really, every eclipse starts a program running, and so that's why we have these effects. And I thought that was a very interesting way of putting it. That, yeah, it does seem that this is the mechanics of what this realm that we live in. It is literally the cogs and wheels and gears. If you think of it, they work like that too.
I'm
That's
having
deep.
Alex on Friday to talk numbers. So if anybody wants to come to that, he's coming at 1300 hours.
I get lost sometimes with the numbers, but so sometimes oh, sometimes I can listen to the numbers people and sometimes I can't because sometimes it's just like, they're saying this is this and that's that, and it's like, and it's almost like I still have, I guess, a little bit of math phobia or something, but not really a lot, but I mean just enough that I don't feel like I understand it as well as I should. So
Yeah,
sometimes
overwhelming, don't you think, Dee? I met a woman who's a numerologist, and she came at me like 2 days before my daughter's first birthday without her, and she was like talking a million mile an hour, telling me my daughter was in her house, and I would think I was in shock because she was trying to force feed me all of this numerology information way too fast. And my daughter had only passed away a year ago. You know what I mean? I needed people to
mhm.
slow the hell down.
It's like sometimes I can handle that and sometimes I have trouble with it. But
Yeah.
I didn't know Alexander did all that. I want him on my show now.
Yeah, you can have him on your show. I told him I
I
want him.
want him on my show too now. I didn't know he did that, all
Yeah,
that. I try and keep up with these things, but honestly, I'm trying to keep up with all the people I know. And there are many very interesting people that go through my chat room. I
yeah.
would love to get to know them all, but you know, I don't know what happens as some stuff gets by me. But yeah, I'm gonna have to ask him on one day. So you can have him on, and I can have him on again about something else. Uh, well, tell him next time that you see him because he shows up here sometimes.
I'm
Um,
doing early this week for my chats because
you
I,
did ministry work in Russia and the Philippines when you were 18. Oh, wow, James Ortiz, that's interesting. That is so. Yeah, Alex always comes on. He's a very interesting and cool person. Um, okay.
I'm going live earlier this week because I've got a lot of people in the UK and Scotland that like to come. And I have a yoga instructor that lives in Kenya, Africa. And so 1 o'clock in the afternoon is better than 8 o'clock at night for them because they're sound asleep if I go live that late. If I go live
Yeah,
at,
that's why I'm going to try other times too, because Marilena is in South Africa.
yeah,
So,
so it's good to come earlier sometimes.
yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to have to vary the times I come on.
One of mine Scottish subscribers, Sharon, is a Reiki healer, and she works with autistic children, and she is in Scotland.
Mhm. I don't plan as far ahead as you do, unfortunately. I guess, or fortunately, I don't know. My usually, and I guess I need to start planning better, maybe, but usually what happens to me is my plans get thrown off anyway. So it usually comes down to the day before, or maybe even that very day. It gets finalized what I'm going to talk about because I try so hard to plan and then it just gets thrown off. It just goes in a totally different direction.
Mine does that.
So,
Now that I'm starting school again soon, I always plan around my full moons and new moons. But now I'm going to start doing a dark side of the moon reading. Where because my specialty is shadow work, and Raw Star 13 said she's not surprised with my Ophiuchus Neptune, and my Pluto is in my ninth house. And I'm a Scorpio midheaven, so she's not surprised at all by what I'm doing. She was actually,
no,
she
I'm
said,
not
I
either.
is that what you're doing? She said, keep following your intuition because you found Ophiuchus.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And two, now everybody that's trying to interfere with me or argue with me. Literally, actually, I need to finish reading this Rita card because that's exactly what it
Oh,
just.
yeah.
It said, this doesn't mean remaining in a situation that's harmful to us. It means knowing that we can believe anything is possible and that everyone is ultimately forgivable. Because forgiveness isn't about someone else, it's about freeing ourselves. We might have to draw fierce boundaries and possibly never see this person again, but we can pray from a distance that a light larger than our own transforms them. That a love that's greater than what we alone can hold and have for them might offer them a new life. St. Rita is asking us foremost to never give up on what we want for ourselves, and she's suggesting that the path to what we desire is in our belief that it is still possible. We might not know how or when things will align for us, but we can participate in a deep prayer, a bone trust that at some point what we most desire will arrive. The soul voice meditation is what do I believe is possible for my life? And the intention is I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So,
Wow.
beautiful card. We might have to draw fierce boundaries. And that's funny because my boundaries card comes out all the time with my Queen of the Moon Oracle deck. I need to
That
make
doesn't
this.
surprise me.
I need to make the Ophiuchus card because I don't have one. Ophiuchus is the Five of Cups. I saw you draw that for someone not long ago,
Yes.
and I can't remember who. Ophiuchus is the Five of Cups, where some of the cups are spilt over, maybe three of them. Wow, Saint Rita.
Fucus is the Five of Cups.
Yes.
Now, the card that did show up to me was the Temperance card in the Major Arcana. The Temperance angel showed right up to me, standing in front of me, pouring the water. So, and it is a Sag card, so I think maybe in the Major Arcana it might be Ophiuchus.
Oh, yeah, Temperance.
Let's see, five of what now?
Cups.
Let me see if I can find it really quick here. Oh my God. It's you're not gonna, well, maybe you will. So I turn the deck over, getting ready to shuffle. First card on the bottom is Temperance.
Imagine that.
That Temperance angel showed up to me right in front
Still
of me pouring water. And that was a while back. And Guess what this is? The Five of Cups, right? Very next card.
Wow.
I think that's an answer, don't you?
Yeah, and honestly, Jupiter is Sagittarius and Ophiuchus. Oh my goodness.
So the
Divine.
Temperance Angel, which is this is the uh, minor arcana, this is the major arcana. The minor arcana is loss, but the meaning is loss. But the in the major arcana, the Temperance Angel is, yeah, they're both okay. See, this one, it has a Scorpio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Scorpio and Mars. This one has Jupiter and Sagittarius rulership. So I see. And Ophiuchus being like right in between Scorpio and Sag.
Yeah.
I see what happened here. Well, that's very interesting. And they were right on top of each other on the bottom of the pile.
That's your sign. Here's your sign.
Here's your sign. Exactly. Exactly. Wow.
Thanks, James.
Amazing.
I might loosen that up a little bit if people are just subscribing.
You subscribed LSB 1313. Oh,
Yeah,
won't
but
be able to comment until 7 days. What?
I have subscriber only mode on right now.
Oh,
It keeps a lot of trolls out. I took away everybody's
yeah.
wishes. Nobody had a moderation tool on my channel anymore because there was some debating and arguing going on while I'm trying to teach, and I can't have that. Go
Right. You don't
on.
want, well, we had our share of trolls in the beginning. We
Yeah,
haven't had any in quite a long time.
that's good. It makes it really hard for people who are trying to run a channel and teach. When some
It is, and that's exactly what they're trying to do is screw it up for people.
they're trying to distract you and argue with you, yes, absolutely. And that's what, and it was my moderators. So I took all their wrenches. And I said, we're going to teach everyone to slow down and have a little respect around here. Because I'm the one running this show. It's my channel.
Well, that's actually something I didn't even know I could do. I didn't even know I could do that. I should have done that a couple of times when we were having trouble with trolls. I should have done that. Now I know if we get trouble with trolls again, I'm going to turn that on. We haven't had any trouble in a long time. And I'd say years now. So
You know, there is a new setting, and I don't know how somebody did it. Somebody who is a moderator, if they're a managing moderator, somehow they can turn it on subscribers only mode somehow. I watched somebody do it earlier on Stock Explorers chat. She said, can one of my mods turn it on subscriber only mode? And I was like, how in the world did they just do that?
yeah, that might be a new one. I have seen that pop up. Yeah, I have seen that. It's on subscriber only mode. Of course,
What
most of the ones that I see that on, I'm already a subscriber for a long time. So it doesn't matter. James Ortiz says St. Rita was my Catholic elementary school. And there is a prison in California named St. Rita. Isn't that interesting? St. Rita gets around, I
Rita
guess.
gets around.
She sure does.
She's got a message.
Yep, she
See, I
sure
don't use
does.
the tarot cards, but I've been called back to them lately. And you pulled me the Four of Wands after you pulled the Three of Swords. And
Yeah, go ahead.
Dawn pulled the Four of Swords. This day after, same day I think you did the Four of Wands. It was, she got the Four of Swords. And I was like, what's going on, 4-4?
Four.
Uh, uh, uh,
I like margaritas. I know that.
the
But anyway, that's silly. I'm being silly. You know, I'm so fortunate. I know I am blessed. I am blessed that I am able to control myself with substances. Because I know so many people who have a real struggle with that.
yeah,
And I'm so blessed that I can actually do that. And I know that it's very hard. I mean, heck, I'm having a heck of a time just with I had a heck of a time. Hey, that's right. I've had no refined sugar in a long time now.
that's good.
Just
Good,
sugar from fruit.
good
But
job.
and I don't even know how long it's been now. Sugar's another bad addiction. I mean, a lot of people have that one.
Yes, it
And
is.
it is very destructive. It's a very destructive addiction.
I can do really good, and then another holiday comes along.
I'm amazed at myself. I have finally gotten, they say if you keep going, you finally get to the point where
You
you're
don't
not
go,
craving it anymore.
yeah.
But it takes a while to get out of your system. And like anything else, let's face it, all addictions are like that. Addictions are addictions for a reason. Sugar, though, I'd have to say, arguably, probably the worst addiction in our society today, though, because it's the most
Sugar,
ubiquitous.
alcohol, caffeine, social media.
Caffeine, I think, is running a close second.
Social media is harmful for our health. It,
Yeah, now if we're going for social media, I'd say social media. Yeah, you know what? I gotta say social media. Yep, it's another huge one.
it's very detrimental.
Fentanyl, yes, there's a problem with fentanyl, but honestly, there is a way bigger problem with
Queen of
the other
Cups
one.
flew out right while we was talking about that. The Queen of Cups flew out. We're bringing healing for social media addiction.
Yep, social media addiction, I'm
The
telling
Queen
you.
of Cups confirmed.
Social media addiction is a thing.
Neptune's in Pisces still.
It is.
Yes. Chiron,
Oh, the cups. The suit of cups. Pisces is the suit of cups.
Chiron's in Pisces.
Really?
Yeah. Chiron's
Hmm.
been in Pisces. Chiron's going to go retrograde in Pisces with Venus on July 22nd, the Feast of Mary Magdalene. Venus will be in Leo.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be very interesting. I've
Oh,
heard that there is a particular alignment or transit happening that's going to make June a very lucky month for a
yeah.
lot of people. And it has something to do with Chiron, but I
Chiron's
can't remember.
in its pre-shadow. Chiron. It's a rare 5 planet alignment. Hold on a second. Space.com June Skywatchers. Let me see what the date is. No, hold on.
James Ortiz says he quit eating donuts and sodas. I feel better. They left a freaky sick feeling. Yeah. Put the phone down. It causes anxiety. Yeah. Well, that's why you know what? I have my phone on always in a holder. I
Oh,
don't touch my phone as much as most people do. And I keep it a certain distance away from me. If you keep it, I would suggest one of these. It will hold it up away from you a little bit so that when you work on it, you're not having to hold it in your hand, or I lay it on a table when I'm working on my phone, or right now I have it in another holder. I would recommend you get some kind of distance between you and your phone when you use your phone if you can. Because sticking it to your head is a very bad idea. Holding it in your hand, sticking it to your head is probably one of the worst things you can do to yourself is doing that. We already know it causes it's radiation. It cooks your
yes.
brain. And now that's beginning to come out too. But yeah, I'm sorry. Most of the time when I'm talking to you on the phone, I'm going to have you,
On
I will go to a private place and have you on speakerphone because I will not hold the phone up to my head. Mm. I know somebody who gets the uh, terrible effects when for a while, she couldn't touch her phone hardly without getting kind of a zapped out feeling. So it's like she had a really bad reaction to her phone for a while. It took her a while to be able to use it. She had to use a stylus to be able to use her phone. There's no quitting Scotty. Scotty just doesn't quit anything. Okay. He's not a quitter. Well, okay then. Okay. Oh yeah, and don't put it near your body when you sleep. And turn off your Wi-Fi when you go to sleep, when you go to bed. Turn off your Wi-Fi. And
I leave my meditation music playing on the television.
well, yeah, I like my meditation music. I put my phone on and have it playing in the background a lot of times when I'm meditating or when I'm sometimes to go to sleep. But I don't have it anywhere near my head.
Yeah. I was going through phases of turning my phone off and keeping it in another room when I slept. I was checking to see if it was really messing up, but I honestly use the television with the speaker with my whatever frequencies, the theta, delta, alpha waves while I'm sleeping.
I am sorry that I have to say this, but can you hold the fort down for a few minutes? Because
Yeah,
all of the sudden, I have to take a bio break.
go.
And it came on all of a sudden. I have to clear something, I guess.
You go
Be
right
right
ahead.
back.
You go right ahead. What do you
I
got?
will be right back.
All right, all right. You go right ahead. And Mother Nature's calling. Judy calls. You guys want me to read this White Buffalo Woman card? Who else is still here? Is Karen Lynn still here? We got the Palace of Cups on bottom still. Let it go. Let it go. Let's read a White Buffalo Woman since that White Buffalo was born on my 1 year no cigarette smoking. Hallelujah. Welcome, our sweet little White Buffalo. I'm glad you're still here, James and Scotty Boy. White Buffalo Woman, page 154. She's the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Who she is. The white buffalo calf woman represents the sacred vision that gives us hope that all will be provided for us. To San we, I don't know if I said that right. They didn't teach me a Native American language here in America. Or white buffalo calf woman is the primary cultural prophet of the Lakota religion. Buffalo are considered sacred to the plains people and are seen as messengers from the end.
Button. Oh,
Oh, I was reading a white buffalo card. Welcome back.
ah,
A Lakota
proceed.
says that two young scouts went out in search of food during a famine. They saw a stunningly beautiful woman appear before them in a radiant white light. The first scout approached her with unholy intentions, and the second scout watched as the first man turned to bones the instant he tried to touch her. She was clearly Lila Wakan, Lilawakan, very holy. Thankfully, he knew this. She asked him to approach her because she could see into his heart and knew his intentions were good. She told him to prepare for her arrival in the village. He went back and gathered everyone together. She appeared before them and taught them the seven sacred rites. There's our number seven again. Seven sacred rites of the Lakota people.
Here we go. Is Buffalo Calf Woman also all of the others?
Yep, including the sacred pipe ceremony that binds men and women together in a circle of love and mutual respect. When your soul selects your card, the white buffalo calf woman is a sacred reminder that we don't have to struggle to receive all that we've desired. When we join our heart's longing with action, we find that there's a sacred way to move through the world. This sacred way is the path of steady, quiet alignment between the heart's intention and our every step. The white buffalo calf woman is an omen of hope that all will be provided for us when we approach each situation with love. That she wants us to focus on is the intention behind an action that changes the outcome. Intention is everything. She's
It certainly is.
prophetic sign that we can receive what we need without fighting for it or trying to secure it through manipulation. When prayer joins right action, when we move from that intention of creating only more love, then abundance is inevitable. And when we seek not just for ourselves, but also for the benefit of our loved ones and community, our needs are divinely met. The most sacred path is the one abundant with love. This soul voice in meditation is, what is my intention for the work I'm currently doing? The intention for this card is, my heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Intention is everything. The meaning behind what we do, it may not be seen by everyone else, and we may try to disguise it through a means of manipulation and even playing dumb, acting like we don't know why we do what we do. But our intention can never ever be fooled by the universe. The universe knows what our true intentions are, no matter how we try to sugarcoat it. If we're doing something for purely selfish gain, it's not for the right reasons. You have too, James. And Scotty already knew. Yep, different times, different people, same message. You got it, Scotty.
Yeah, I've heard about white buffalo too. I've been here It's in my medicine card or in my sacred path cards. The stories in that book too. It's a very sacred story, very old story about White Buffalo Calf Woman. I think White Buffalo Calf Woman might have been a tall white.
Ooh,
Maybe all these people were, or are a hybrid of that type.
you know,
Because always the very light colored skin, even though she was Native American, they called her White Buffalo Calf Woman. Now, I think what's happened is everybody's got in their mind that she's Native American. I think probably White Buffalo Calf Woman was white, very light, just like Mary Magdalene was very light color. And yeah, and it's not, that's not being racist. I'm just saying we have these different traits because of the different ET races in our background. That's how we got them. That's how we got these traits, is the different ET races in our background. Not like the scientists say it would. I don't think it was an adaptation. I think it was because remember, there were blue people at one time.
yeah,
I mean, blue people, green people. So, you know, I think we got these from the traits, and we shouldn't really. That's why it's kind of ridiculous to try and come up. How can I say it? The scientists have tried to give us this ridiculous notion of they come up with a theory, they act like it's a fact. It's not a fact. And you know, actually it stands to reason if you're a hybrid of a certain species, you're going to have their characteristics. Maybe
yes.
you're going to be tall and light skinned if you've got tall white. Maybe you're going to be um, I hear that there are some that look more Asian and some that look more, some of the inner earth species, I guess, look very Asian. Um, some of them look black. And then I guess there are some ETs that are black, not like we're used to, but black like an eel black like really black. I mean, like pitch black skin.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. So obviously, you're going to have the characteristics of where you came from.
I was,
Lyran starseeds of cat people usually have
yeah,
big eyes.
I actually have 5 placements and I'm Leo and I'm very cat like.
Yeah, I have strong ties to the Lyrans.
Yeah.
So does Marilena. Very
Although
strong ties to the
and
kitties.
the Lakota woman shaman, she is the one who gave me the tiger's eye. And she was the first one placed on my path. That was one of my teachers. She's an herbalist, and she actually told me that I was from Sirius Planet B. And
That
Sirius
wouldn't Sirius
Planet
B?
are people that have gone through the dark side and come to the light. We've gone through very, very dark instances. We can navigate the dark and the light. So she told me
Yeah,
Sirius
yeah.
Planet B.
Yeah, me and my Lyran assistants have been through many lives together. I've been through, I am told, many battles together back during ancient Star Wars. We fought side by side, and they were our very brave allies in those wars before Lyra was destroyed. Lyra was destroyed. So we don't have a home planet exactly to go back to, but yeah, Lyrans had humans and the cats, and I guess now the cats and dogs live near Syria, around Sirius B on a planet that circles Sirius B in a very nice place. I've seen it
It says it's
through my
blue
cat.
planet.
Beautiful place.
Blue?
Actually, we went to that place in a remote view, and everything was very palatial. Everything was just beautiful. It was very, luxury. Everything was like crystalline and diamond and pearls and gold and the scenery was very lush. It was a beautiful place. They have a beautiful place. So you cannot blame them.
This sounds beautiful.
Yeah, Sirius is a dog star, but the cats moved in with the dogs when they lost their place because the cat and dogs were actually both our allies. Okay. People don't understand that. There isn't this thing again between cats and dogs. People have tried to say, the cats and dogs they're not really. If they know their family, cats and dogs get along just fine. I mean, I've seen that time and time and time again. My cat and my dog got along like brothers. You know, they're not they're not enemies at all. In the bigger scheme of things, they're now on living on the same planet. So going around Sirius B. Yeah, well, there are many Lyrans all over the place. Yeah, they went everywhere. But the kitty cats are living with the puppies. The kitties are living with the puppies, and they're getting along fine. Mine always did too. See, the thing is they're both allies of ours, but they're not allowed to fight our wars for us anymore because of a agreement. This is the story anyway. Because of an agreement, because we were very decimated at one point, and they were, I mean, Lyra was obliterated, so they had to make a deal that they were not going to fight in our wars anymore. But because they had sworn loyalty to us, they're allowed to be our companions and protect us and guard us and help us, but not fight our wars. They're not allowed to fight in any of our wars anymore. So that's the way that story goes now. Let's find out. Is there any truth to that? Is that really is that is there any part of that that's truthful? Yes. Okay, so ancient Star Wars, we had them. We actually did Star Wars because they're saying now Star Wars was really more like a documentary film. It's saying yes, it really was more like a documentary. There really was something like that going on. Okay. Um, so the bit about the treaty, the Lyrans, and yeah, the Lyrans and the dogs. Yeah, that's true too. apparently, so says the pendulum anyway. My guidance says yes, those two stories are true. We've got that's why they're allowed to come here as dogs and cats are allies and protect us and watch over us, but not they're not allowed to fight our wars. My my cats have always been protectors too. So is the dog. My cats are always guard cats, like back in Egypt. See, that's it. Bast and um, Bastet or Biz. Well, she was the cat-headed one. She was one of the cat-headed ones. Sekhmet was too, because I believe Bast was a Lyran cat person. Nothing to do with the big, yeah, human knowledge of cats and dogs doesn't have anything to do with the big picture. Yeah. Simulation. Yeah, me too. This is a simulation. We're learning here. This is part of our class. Our experiences here. I mean, a mentee is reality, is where reality is as far as I can tell. What they call a mentee. And Sesha giving me that information in here, giving me that package when I died and returned because she knew I was returning.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so I had to be able to. There's still more, you know what? There's still some stuff in there that hasn't unpacked. It'll unpack at the right time, though. That was over 35 years ago. She gave me that when I died. They used the space between lives, between not between lives exactly, between when I died, that space, that little space of time when I died, they used that to transfer information to me. And all I could remember of it is I was getting some kind of gift from a very, very old person in a cave. Turned out to be Sesha. Later on, I only found out like years and years later that was Sesha, Thoth's wife. So, and also another person associated with the Minty. So now, I got to tell you too, I have to warn you of this. You have to be careful what translation of the Emerald Tablets you listen to because the Emerald Tablets have been compromised. Not the tablets themselves, but the information.
Mm.
The information, the way that people have translated them, has been in a compromised way. So you have to be careful what translation you listen to or read about because it may not be accurate. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of non-accurate ones, I
Yes.
guess. So you really have to more um, listen to it with your heart to be able to know which of those is real. Um, I mean, to know what's real about that. So there's been a lot of tricks and traps set up for us. There's been with, of course, with the writings that comprise the Bible. There's been with all of the sacred texts, all of the so-called sacred texts have been compromised to a certain extent. Um, as a matter of fact, the fact that we can get anything out of them that's truthful is kind of a miracle, as much as they've been messed with, but still we do. And still, if you listen in the right way or read in the right way, you can pick up the reality from the lies, from the distortions. But that's why you have to be in a certain state of consciousness when you're listening to this stuff and keep checking. your gut and your head and your heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, the wrong path for some is the right path for others. Yeah.
You got it.
Well,
Oh, and
yeah.
I was just reading about that star seeds from Sirius, and it says they're not. Some people would be shocked when they stand up for themselves, stand up for doing what's right. If a star seed from Sirius, I could be real calm, cool, and quiet, but they'd be shocked and surprised to discover willpower, power, and the ability to fight for what they think is right is in
Right.
such.
Well, we just choose our battles.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't battle every darn thing. You
We
choose your
were
battles.
with Archangel Michael. And that's funny because I just got the Archangel Michael Sword of Truth cards. I was going to ask you, do you want these medicine cards? You said you used to have animal ones.
Oh, they're beautiful.
These are
Yeah.
ones to use if you want them.
Because you know what?
What?
I had a deck of the medicine cards
You did?
that got damaged. And that's the reason I'm not using them now.
Well, I would like to send them to you if you want them.
Thank you. You're going to be the way I get my medicine cards replaced. Thank you.
You're welcome. Because
You're
I
going to give me because they're hard to find now.
can't get all of these decks like I used to. I'm really into herbs now, and I don't use the animal cards as much. I'm really diving into angels and herbs further.
Oh my gosh. That
And
is so freaking cool.
oh,
That's how my animal medicine cards come back to me. Yay! And it's from you, and that makes it even specialer. Even specialer.
I've got two animal decks, and I really just don't use them much. I
Yeah, I love my two animal. I have the spirit of the animals deck, which I've got to find again. They took off somewhere. I got to find them again.
I'm
And
I want a new spell breaking deck. I'm getting into Wicca and the witches more
oh
so.
wow, I did that. I went through that era of the Wicca stuff. I'll see if I have anything left of that. I don't have very much left from those days.
Well,
I was in a coven
my
um
cool.
for a while.
My
Um
mom's mom was British and Scottish. I'm 14% Scottish.
um
So I'm really going into Wicca deeper and Celtic and
mhm.
paganism.
Yeah, I have some Scottish in my background too. Yeah.
Oh, super cool.
Scottish and Irish, and I have my mother was basically a lot of Northern European, but mostly Indian, because my great grandmother was the Indian and Emma Whitehorse. So, um, but she also had um, Irish, French, Scottish. I forget now. Irish, French, Scottish. Was that it? And Native American, Cherokee. Yeah, I think that was it. I got to think again. But yeah, so we got some interesting connections. Just happen to think French. There's some French in there too. Isn't that interesting? Wonder if I have some of that blood. They landed in France. But we're not our blood. We're not our Abbeys. However, we do get certain things set up by our bloodlines, I think, to use, to be able to use, so we have an affinity to certain things. It's not all about blood. Our souls are vast beyond all that. But I think that we're born into certain bloodlines to give us an affinity to certain things. Just like the not so good people are born into certain art, they make sure that they're born into certain bloodlines to give them an affinity to all the wrong
Yes.
things.
You know, one of the things my daughter was most upset about is when she was hearing about the trafficking and things like that. I couldn't
Yes.
protect her from watching the Epstein documentary on Netflix and things
Yeah.
because we are church abuse survivors and she was a child sex abuse survivor. And, it dang near ruined our life. So Scotty just said, I see no wrong. I see at different levels. And when it comes to the children and things like that, I'm sorry, I can't back down. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I will speak of it every way, shape, and form when it comes to protecting the children. There's,
Well, yeah, I mean, we're mother lions, though,
yeah,
in that regard, aren't we? Mother bears, mother lions.
actually, somebody just told me not long ago that I'm now the mother of all the children. The mother of all the children. The mother who's lost a child is the mother of all the children.
Yeah, I'm a mother bear with people, with my friends, and uh, with people on this channel. If something's trying to harm them, my friends here, if something's trying to harm them, that thing is gonna find out very quickly why you don't. I've also been called the sleeping dragon. It's like, don't wake up the sleeping dragon. You really don't want to piss
I've
off.
up recently about
Mhm.
children that are taking drugs from doctors and it's made some people mad and I'm sorry about it. But I don't agree with any of these children being on pharmaceuticals from the doctors when there's other ways. That I think is just a cheap
I
route.
don't think any of us should be when there's other ways,
Exactly.
children or adults.
There is a book called Prozac Nation, and there is therapy, there is behavioral therapy, there is every other way than having to do things with freaking quick fixes and pills. There is work to be done.
There is a
Wait a minute.
video online that you can watch. Greg Braden showed this. Three monks who have been specially trained to do this. They were doing an ultrasound of a person's tumor while they were healing her. And while they're chanting and doing their thing, you can see live action, real time, the tumor dissolve and disappear.
There's healing, yes. That is why I listen to the frequencies I listen to when I sleep. People are so afraid of these devices that they're rejecting a lot of things that are going to bring them healing.
I am going to intend that I'm going to get one of the Zap kits.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's a portable Rife machine, based on sound, and basically it's from the Zap app, the Z app. If you look into that, I'm going to get a Zap kit somehow, and be able to have that thing and be able to play those frequencies. Um, because you can just play them as a sound, but I guess actually having the machine helps. It has a stronger effect. But you can actually, if you don't have that app, you might want to grab it off the Play Store.
What's it
Z
called?
app. It's called Z app.
See,
Z app. And if you find the link to it, post it so people can get the Z app because it gives you all the frequencies that they have found so far. And you can play them right over your. And I was thinking I need to start making some videos like that. I need to
oh, it's the
start
right.
making some musical videos with like just like that. I need to start doing that probably. I would like to do that one day. I would like to compose frequency videos one day. So I'm putting that into the world. I want a frequency video channel and I want to, let's see, I'll put it that way. I'm going to have a frequency channel
I'm
and
gonna
then I'm going to
actually
have a
go
do
check
right
that out on
channel.
my phone right now.
Yeah.
I just got the other ship app, and they do the breathing meditations. Cause I deleted. I'm done with YouTube on my phone. I'm just using YouTube now for my backup
Well,
on my main phone.
you use, I mean, if you use the Z app, it's the pure tones. It's no music or anything, just the tones.
Gotcha.
So some of them are, I mean, some of them, the cat looks at me like, are you kidding me? When I play them, the cowboy's like, what the hell is that? He gives me these funny looks.
Yeah,
Mom, really? It's like, and sometimes he goes and hides under the bed in his cat cave because it's too much for him. So I'm
I
thinking
did for that. The right frequency generator. Perfect.
yeah, yep,
Sweet. I got
exactly.
healing apps. There's a tapping solution app too for tapping.
Really?
Yep,
Oh,
called tapping solution.
yeah, I went through that too. I went through the tapping part too.
Yeah,
I went through Reiki, I went through tapping, I went through I've got quite a few things that I tried and for different things and in different ways. I have quite a few. Reiki, tapping, access consciousness, divine openings,
we were
just
just
all kinds of stuff.
the app at 11:11.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah,
It's 12:13 over here.
yeah, we were just sharing it when you were talking about it at 11:11.
Yeah, it's 3:03 that we've been on now. We've been on 3 hours and 3 minutes.
Oh wow!
So all at the same time. Isn't that
I think I'll
interesting?
get off here because I need to get some rest. I gotta go live at
Yeah.
1 o'clock tomorrow, and I've
Oh,
got.
girl, you better get some sleep. What are you doing still here? And what am I doing still here? It's 12 o'clock. What are we thinking? Hey, Leo Medic, how are you doing?
Yeah, though.
Gosh, I haven't seen Leo Medic in so long. How are you doing, Leo? Okay, well, if you gotta go, I understand, sweetheart. Here's hugs, big hugs,
Big
and
ups.
I love you.
Love you too, and thank you so much for having me on here.
Thank you so much for coming on.
And it's going to be an amazing Ophiuchus full moon on Friday. Don't
Yes, it is. I've got to plan something, and I really still don't have. I don't have the plan for that yet. I haven't been given the plan for that.
it'll come to you. That's how Ophiuchus will work.
Yeah, it'll just show up somehow.
All right,
Okay.
and love to
Have a
you.
really good. I'm gonna try and catch you tomorrow. Really,
Okay.
we're
I,
gonna
I
try and
I
catch you.
always do my readings in two parts because I like to go slow. I read oracles and talk about the planets in the first part, and the second part we do herbs and things like that. So I'm going to go at 1 o'clock on Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That way I can go slow, and if I'm gonna interact with my chat and stuff, because I usually go for anywhere from 2 to 4 hours.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I know, and then my
See, you're like me. You're one of those people.
yeah, we just go with spirit.
Okay. Well, I'll be there if I can. I have something at 4 o'clock that I gotta do,
Okay,
but before 4 o'clock, I have some time, so
okay,
I'll be I'll
see you.
be there.
All right,
Yeah, I will see you,
all
and
right,
have a really good rest.
all right. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye, love. And Leo Medic says, I've been an Army medic for many years and spending most of my life in the medical field. I can only agree natural is the only way. I bet you have. We haven't heard from you in the longest time, Leo. I keep wanting to hear from you. Wondering how you guys are doing. I haven't heard anything. I haven't gotten any kind of notification or anything. You want to come on sometime and talk about your homestead? Want to come on the show sometime, talk about your homestead? Because that would be interesting. How's your channel doing? It's it would be different. Ah. Oh, hi Ken. How you doing, love? Yeah. Um, well, I keep trying to close and people keep coming in. I keep trying to close the show and people keep coming in. So that's okay. I can stay a little bit longer. I don't have to get up tomorrow. But I've been trying to get an earlier night. But I did get a lot of sleep so recently. So yeah, if you ever get time. I know. I've had times like that, Leo, when it's like, yeah, hey, that sounds like fun. It'd be great if I had the time. Hmm. Oh, you're the local hardware store now. Mm, maybe you need some help. I know. You know what? I never get notification for half of people I know. I I'm just lucky to find them on when I find them on. If Lady Spellbreaker wasn't in here telling me about tomorrow, I probably wouldn't be able to be there because I wouldn't know, right? But because YouTube won't tell me half of the channels I really want to get to, they don't even mention. I I don't even get them. I'm thinking of just going through and unsubscribing so I have fewer channels. Maybe they're getting drowned out by some of the other channels. I don't know. Yeah, good thing you know that I'm on it on Wednesdays. So I've been coming on earlier lately. So, geez, Louisa. Geez, Louise. Oh, you've paused YouTube. Okay. Isn't that weird? Yeah. You sub a show and it like gives you all this other crap. It's gonna, yeah, doesn't seem very logical, but there you go. Yeah, it's like, no, I wanna know about the stuff I said I sub to it because I'm interested in the subject. What the heck? Yeah, kind of weird. Anyway, wow. So I am getting ready to shut it down pretty soon. I can stay on a few minutes, but because because y'all came in and I haven't seen you in a while. But honestly, I have been trying to get rest and wake up in the morning and actually be able to get stuff done in the daytime, stuff like that, because for a while it was just impossible. It was just impossible to get anything done in the day, and my sleep schedule was all screwed up. And today it was off anyway. I don't know what happened, but today was just weird. Um, last couple days, actually, for a couple days, it's been that way. But you guys, I'm glad to see you. I'm really sorry that I'm going to have to close it down really soon, but it's good to see you. I will be back definitely on Sunday and probably earlier than this. I might have other days that I try sometimes, some different times on other days. We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But really on Thursdays and Tuesdays, and I kind of got limited time. And I'm usually really tired after, I'm usually doing a lot on Tuesday and Thursday, and so I'm really tired. I usually fall asleep when I'm done. Oh, right now. Wow. Milking goats and bedding down all the animals. Animals. Well, it sounds like your homesteading is working out, though. Good for you. Your off the grid thing is working. That's good. Well, I'm going to intend for you that you get some really good help with all that so that you get a little bit of time to yourself. Maybe somebody will come along that'll be a great asset help to you to help you get stuff done. Because it sounds like are doing. You are the local hardware, huh? Uh-huh. Yeah, you need a general store. You gonna be the general store too? Yeah. Okay. I'm intending. Hey, angels, you get to work on getting Leo Medic some help down there. Yeah. Hmm. Get him the right people to help down there. Okay. Yep, they're on it. You're gonna get some help, Leo. Wonderful. Wonderful, Ken. I think you probably are. I got a funny feeling you are working on your own storefront. Right. It's good to see you too. Yeah, I'm tired now. I need to get back to resting. I did I did get to sleep, but I was working during my sleep like quite often I do. Now I'd like to get some actual sleep. I have such a weird life. Half the time it's not my own. Raw milk, honey, jelly. Wow. Yeah. Wow, Ken. Yeah, that does seem. Well, you're getting to experience the best of both worlds, I guess, Ken. That's pretty special. Okay. All of you who are still listening out there and anybody listening in the future, love y'all. Uh, so pleased that you're here with us on this channel. Thank you for coming. Um, I have, you believe in the koalas, but you're going to be back with the kangaroos. Yeah, yeah, I know, Leo. What we signed up for, huh? Did we know what we were doing when we signed up for this? That's my question. I guess we did, but we thought we did, but what a life. It's different. When I think of the things that I've done, I'm just like, holy cow. I really was wild. I really was wild signing up for all this. My fractals are all pretty wild too. I'm sure all of my fractals are fun. Some of you are fractals, probably. Yeah. Come back in the summer to grow the vegetables. Love you too. Give everybody a hug at your place, okay, Leo? Right. Give everybody a hug and Ken, hope you have a wonderful time there. It sounds like you're going to be just fine. Glad, really glad. Yeah, we all knew what we were going to be and what we were going to do, and we decided to come here and do that. Yep, kind of like the Space Marines. We're all crazy. We must all be kind of crazy. Yep. Ah. Well, Ken, who knows? Maybe you'll live to be 100 and tell us about it, write a book about it or something. Okay. But if one of you dies, will you come back and tell me? Tell me about it so I can tell the others because we may not know. If anybody dies, just come see me so that I can tell the others what happened to you. But try not to die. We need you. Try not to die. We need people like you on this side. We have a lot of people on the other side now. Okay. Okay, love you guys. I got to end it now. Remember, you are divine. You're creators. You got that spark of the divine in you, and that makes you divine. So I'm God, you're God, we're all God. Okay. And we're creating this. So let's create consciously and make it absolutely the best. It's going to be so cool. Yep. Fighting death is your never ending battle. Well, going to be interesting in the next few, Leo. because a lot of people are leaving. Um, it's already started. The mass exodus has started from the uh, seaward shots. So, okay, you guys, don't forget to let people know you love them and take care of yourselves. You might need more rest than usual. And for those of you who are ultra busy, I know that that is a tall order, but try to take care of yourselves. Your poor little Abby needs rest. Your stepdaughter says, try not to die. We need you. There you go. Your arthritis lets you know you're alive. Ken, you're something else. Okay, well, now I'm really going to go because in Cowboys, he's actually been very patient. He's been patient lately. Usually he used to bug me all the time. When are you going to start cuddling me? But, now he just waits. He's a good boy. Okay. See you Sunday if I don't see you before.